Morning, guys. March 30th, 2025. Today I'm going to do a little story of the Mumbling Mimi. This girl I met. The story of the Mumbling Mimi. I met this girl, online type of thing, and she lived right down the street from me. And the little story how she got her name was she's living with her daughter in her daughter's basement, and she's watching the granddaughter like a nanny type of thing. She was a nanny, and the daughter was younger and had two kids. One was probably 6, 7, and the other one was just a newborn, so it was about 1 year old when this story all unfolded. And they would call her Mimi. And why I call it a mumbling Mimi, because this lady would talk and I couldn't hear what she said. She's a very silent talker. And I am kind of losing my hearing a little bit as I get older, and I couldn't really hear what the hell she was saying all the time. I even got flipping hearing aids to try to be able to hear what she was saying, and I still couldn't hear her. I had to turn in flipping hearing aids up all the way, and I still couldn't hear her. But anyway, that's why she's called the mumbling Mimi. So I'll try to get into it and tell you what happened. I went out with her for about 6 months, and when I first met her, we kind of hit it off. We got along good, and everything was great. I liked the way she looked and how she was, and we really clicked. We got along great and everything. And when I first met her, she told me she didn't have any money. She was broke. So, I mean, I didn't really care so much about it. I wasn't going out with her so she could pay my bills or anything. I was going out with her because I liked her company, and I wanted someone, looking for somebody that I could spend time with, that I enjoy their company and whatnot. And I wasn't really too concerned about the money part. I've done well. I got money. I mean, I made a whole bunch of money over my lifetime. I got enough to survive on. I don't need to worry about money. I don't worry about money. But anyway, so as I went out with her longer and longer and longer, and she started telling me what happened revolving with her life over the months, and the story finally all came out and unrolled, and I finally got the major picture of what happened. I wasn't really prying on anything. She was telling me all this stuff. When I first met her, she said that she was married to this guy and she had two kids, and he was working in California, and he was a big shot making all kinds of money. Well, she said that he was treating her like shit, and so she cut him off. She wasn't giving him any sex, so that was kind of a red flag to me right there. She had cut him off. But anyway, she cut him off for a year, a couple of years, so he went out and he found it elsewhere. Well, once she found out about that, she flipped out, and she had all kinds of seizures and this and that. I said, well, what do you expect? I mean, you cut the guy off, you got to give him a little something to keep him happy. But anyway, so she filed for divorce, and he ended up having a flipping stroke, or a bad stroke. He was in a hospital like for a year and a half in a hospital. He finally came out of it. They got divorced. And I never really got into it as far as how much she got for a divorce, but she had a beautiful home over here, and the guy was, he was worth a lot of money. So I don't know how much she got in a divorce, but it was probably a good chunk. So, I wasn't really questioning that. She was telling me all this stuff. So then about 5 months into the relationship, she tells me that she had two sisters, she paid both of their houses off. So I'm saying to myself, how you broke it, if this guy was worth all this money, and and then it seems kind of weird that you're broke and you're living in your daughter's basement and you got nothing to show for it. And I guess she said she got $60,000 in debt. And the problem was she wasn't working. She's working as a nanny, watching the baby all the time, and she's not working. So she's got no money coming in at all. And then I guess she was going to file for bankruptcy, and come to find out, she was a professional gambler. I didn't find this out till like 5 months into the relationship, too. She told me she was a professional gambler. Well, obviously, she was a professional gambler, lost everything, lost the house, lost all her money, lost lost everything, owed like 60,000 in debt and not working. Well, she filed for bankruptcy, and then she went to go see a lawyer, and the lawyer says there's no way you could do the bankruptcy because they're just gonna laugh at you because the amount that she told the lawyer she had in the settlement was a lot from what she said. So she had one sister that had cancer. She gave her paid off her house. And then she had another sister that she didn't get along with. That I think she gave her 150,000, and she was supposed to pay her back. And I think she paid her back 20,000. She's not paying her any of the money back. So she never really asked me for money, but I mean she didn't have anything. I was buying her coats and shoes and shit because she moved from Arizona to up here. She was right down the street from me. I didn't really see her that much because she was watching the baby all the time. And she was really, the new, and the daughter was trying to work, and the son-in-law was trying to work, and they just bought this house over here. So it was kind of like, I really like this woman. I would have kind of did anything for her, but I confronted her with her, and I said, listen, I got to make sure you don't tap into my money and drain me like you did yourself. I got kind of scared about the whole thing because I never went out with a gambler before. They had nothing. I mean, she'd tap into my finances. She'd be flipping, gambling all my money away. And eventually that's what would happen. So we ended up ending it, unfortunately. I didn't want to, but that was the story of the Mumbling Mimi. She was a professional gambler, and she wasn't good with the money. So, I mean, I've done well. I got enough to survive on. I don't really need to work anymore if I don't want to, and I've worked hard my whole life. Well, I don't want someone that's gonna come over and drain me. It was kind of a red flag, and I didn't realize it until I got into the relationship, and till she told me all this shit. It was kind of obviously she needs someone to take care of her because she's got no money. She owes all this flipping money, and that potential is gonna come back. Once a gambler, always a gambler. And I talked to a couple of people about it, and they say I'm doing the right thing by, walking away and letting it go. And you just never know who you're gonna find out there. I'm not gonna say her name or anything like that, but yeah. So she was living in her daughter's basement and lost everything. Lost all her house, lost her car. She doesn't even have a car. Nothing. And then she's not working to boot. So it's sad, very sad. So some other sucker will come along. She's a beautiful woman, Some other sucker will come along. She was really nice. We got along great too. It was too bad. You got to kind of weigh your options. What could happen in the future? Is it worth the risk? Risk versus reward. What's better? Sometimes you have to put it all on the table and decide on is it worth the risk. To me, it wasn't. Not unless I could, protect, what I've made, and I don't want someone to come along and just drain the shit out of me. And she told me the only place she found peace was at the casino. That's the only place she found peace. Well, she hasn't been there for a year because she's been watching a newborn baby. And the casino's a little bit of a ride from where we are to the casino's probably an hour to a casino around here. And she's been watching the baby, the newborn baby. Has not even walking yet, still crawling. So that's what kept her out of the casino, I think, and that she don't have nothing. She's busted and disgusted. But yeah, let me know what you think in the comments down below about the story of the Mumbling Mimi. I even bought hearing aids for the bitch. Unbelievable.